Okay, I'm just checking my voice. If you can hear my voice, can you type yes or okay, okay. Thank you, Liz. So everyone can hear me. Liz can hear me. Protlinka, okay. Then we have got Resani. Oh, Grimwolf, don't worry. Can you hear me now, Grimwolf? Because I could not see the dot over your head. Okay. Um, I think Maxine has the dot over her head, so I think Maxine can hear me as well, right, Maxine? Okay, so except Grim Wolf, I think everyone can hear my voice. Maybe he needs to reset. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Okay, so fine. Rezani, can you hear my voice, Rezani? I'm not sure if Rezani can hear my voice as well. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, maybe it will get sorted out. Okay, Rezani. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, Ivan has come. Uh, can you hear me, Ivan? Okay, so there's a voice dot over his head, so probably he will be able to hear me. Okay, so yeah, Green is going to relog, and I hope this time it will work. So yes, Maxine also I think can hear me properly. Okay, so today we are going to discuss how mindfulness affects different part of our brain. So it could be a little bit technical in nature, but it will give us a more concrete idea that how actually mindfulness affects different part of our brain functions as well as the brain regions, and how it can give us different kind of benefits. Hi Ivan, thank you for joining. Okay, so okay, so today also I am recording the sessions, and those people who could not come later on I will upload on my YouTube channel. So I think you all the link of the YouTube channel. If you do not have, I can give it once again. So this is the channel where I upload all the recorded session of mindfulness and different topics. So yes, this is the channel, the Bodhidatta. That is the name of the channel. Okay, so yes, yeah, Liz, I forgot. I was supposed to send you a note card with all the links. I will send you tomorrow because I was so busy the last week. I returned to my hometown in Calcutta, and then I got so busy with work and other paperwork and other things, and I forgot. No issue. Tomorrow I will send you as well. No issue. Fine, fine. And later on you can send that note card having all the links and details to the members over here. So let's get back to the to our discussion that how mindfulness impacts different part of our brain. So that is today's discussion. So we will cover one by one, and I will also talk about the research which has been conducted in this mindfulness arena, And later on I will also share the one website link. You can go through that link and find out all the details which I'm referring in today's talk. Okay, so Grimm has come back and I can see the dot over his head. Yay. Hey Grimm, can you hear my voice? Can you hear me, Grimm? I think he should be able to hear me now, because earlier I could not see the dot, but now the dot is here. Let me type. Okay, so uh, even if he cannot, maybe later on I can send her or send him the link of the recorded session, and he can watch or she can watch. So um, we will first start with a brain region called amygdala. Okay, as I discussed earlier, amygdala acts as our fight or flight center. Okay, and it is responsible for processing fear and threats. And it has been found that those people who always worry, those people who always suffer from anxiety and stress, like a kind of chronic stress, and chronic stress can lead to an enlarged amygdala. So our first point is how mindfulness affects amygdala. So different MRI scans showed that a decrease in amygdala gray matter volume in long-term meditators, those people who have practiced mindfulness or any other kind of meditation for more than 1 year, or maybe more than 2 years, 3 years, at least 1 year. Okay, at least 1 year. So it has been found that they have decreased gray matter in this amygdala region, and it suggests that this mindfulness practice may help regulate the amygdala's activity, leading to a reduced stress response. So sometimes we suffer from stress and anxiety and panic attack because of hyperactive amygdala, and this is where mindfulness comes. Mindfulness leads to decrease in the gray matter in the amygdala, and it can regulate the amygdala's activity. Okay, so this is how we have reduced stress response to different kind of triggers that we have in daily life. uh, Another research showed that mindfulness also strengthened connection between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, which is also known as PFC, prefrontal cortex. It actually helps us control our reaction to stressful situation. Okay. Uh, Great. We are so happy, Graham, that you could hear my voice. Welcome. Welcome to the session. So, it has been found that mindfulness strengthens the connection between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, which helps us control our reaction to stressful situations. So maybe the stressful situation will come, or we will face different kind of stressful situations, different kind of triggers. In in mental health we call them trigger, but we will have the control over ourselves, not to panic, not to outburst, or not to react, and we can channel that energy in a more constructive manner, and we can become calm, we can become composed. Even though we are going through a stressful situation or we are faced with some trigger, still we will be able to maintain our calmness. And it has been found for those people who has practiced mindfulness meditation for at least 1 year. Okay, so this is one research which was conducted. The second research, okay, which is related with focus and attention. Okay, And what is the brain region which is responsible for focus and attention? There are many brain regions, but we are talking about only those regions which are positively affected by mindfulness. So one is prefrontal cortex, which is known as PFC, particularly the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is also known as DLPFC, and it is very crucial for executive functions like attention control, okay, planning and decision making. So this particular brain region is responsible for our attention control, our attention span, like how long we can sustain our attention on a single subject. And that single subject could be reading, focusing on a particular work, listening to music, even practicing mindfulness meditation, and it could be any kind of work. Uh, and it also helps us planning and the decision making function. Okay, now what was the research? The research showed that MRI scans found that the increased activity in the DLPFC during mindfulness meditation. Okay, so during mindfulness meditation, there were some MRI scans which was taken, and it showed that increased activity in this particular dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, and this heightened activity actually suggests that the mindfulness improved the ability to focus, the ability to to practice attention and resist distraction. So this is why it is very important. Not only it helps us to practice attention or to ability to focus attention, but also oh, okay, Liz, yeah, I think we are all on the same boat. You know, we all suffer from some kind of difficulties when it comes to focus on a particular subject for a sustained amount of time, more or less. Okay, so this is where mindfulness helps. It not only improves the ability to focus, but it also helps us resist distraction. Okay, hi, Strawberry, welcome. Okay, we have just started, don't worry about it. And I hope you can hear me, Strawberry. Can you hear me, Strawberry? Okay, okay, great, great, great. So, and we have a different kind of distraction every day. The distraction from our electronic devices like smartphone, laptop, tablet, different kind of notification we keeps on hearing, distraction in when we are staying in a room with other people, distraction in a workplace, distraction in the form of some kind of impulsive behavior. Okay. That's fine, Grim. That's fine. I mean, as I told, as I told Liz, that we are all on the same boat, and more or less we all have this problem or these issues that we are not able to focus for a sustained amount of time or for a longer period. But when we are doing something important, we need that focus, we need that attention power, like when you are writing something, when you are really attending a session where you need to retain those information, or maybe a office meeting, or maybe some place where the 100% attention is required. So we can practice mindfulness, and the research shows that it not only helps us focusing, but it also helps us resisting or managing the distraction that we face. Another research showed that the uh, mindfulness also increase the density of white matter in the brain. Okay, uh, and this white matter in the brain, it improves communication between different brain region, leading to better focus. Okay, that is another research which talked about white matter in the brain and how It improves communication between different brain regions, leading to better focus while practicing mindfulness. Okay, now the next brain region that we are talking about, and that is known as hippocampus. Okay, it's known as hippocampus, and this region plays a central or a very vital role in forming and consolidating memories. So whenever we heard something or we memorize, so this is the place where those informations are stored in this particular brain region called hippocampus. So this area consolidates the memories. Now, what research says about, yes, yeah, Liz, tell me. Oh, okay, got it. Yes, hippocampus. Okay, yes, please. Like right now, we are, living in a highly distracted world. 10 years back, 20 years back, 30 years back, the world was not like this. So everything is trying to distract us these days. Maybe advertisement, maybe notifications, maybe some noises, and it's very difficult to stay focused. And this is where the mindfulness practice comes to help us to, practice our attention. Now, uh, uh, so this hippocampus plays a vital role in forming and consolidating and storing memories. And research said that um, there is a relationship between mindfulness practice and increased gray matter density in the hippocampus. Okay, so mindfulness can improve memory function, and it also enable us to learn something faster, because when we are learning something, this faculty actually helps to remember something pretty fast. So mindfulness actually um, leads to increased gray matter in the hippocampus region in the brain, and it can improve memory functions, and it can help us learning something quickly. Another research showed that mindfulness can also enhance the function of the prefrontal cortex that I have talked about earlier, the PFC, and which plays a role in working memory and processing new information. Okay, working memory and processing new information is just like, RAM in our laptop or in our phone. So the more RAM we have, like if you have 4 GB RAM in your laptop, it works fine. But if you have 16 GB RAM, it works excellent, isn't it? So this is how the working memory works for us, and it helps us analyze something. It helps us comparing something. It helps us, logically deducing something as well. So, and like I have met some monks in real life, um, those who have practiced meditation and mindfulness. Uh, yeah, for computer, definitely more RAM helps, random access memory. Okay, when we talk about gray matter, uh, it should be, proportional to some other uh, uh, gray matter in brain regions. Too much of it could be uh, not very productive. Yes, better than white matter. Yes, but too much of it uh, may not be very productive, because inside our brain everything works uh, in sync with another region. So even though we have different part region organs inside our brain, or even inside our body, but the most mysterious thing is that it works like a single system. Okay, and modern science is still doing research and doing other things to find out how it works in a unison. So maybe gray matter is definitely better, and sometimes even in colloquial communication we say, ah, that person has more gray matter. And someone, in our college, when we were making fun of a student, or we were making fun of a friend, we say, ah, you have very less gray matter. But uh, one gray matter in one region um, works with, in alignment with other region as well. So yes, it is definitely but better, but it works uh, in a synergical manner. Okay, the too much of it may not be good for us. Okay, but yes, we should have more gray matter inside our brain. Not extreme, but yes, fine. It shows that the enhanced function of the prefrontal cortex, which plays a role in working memory and processing new information. Okay, and now the next brain region is insula, that we are going to talk about. And this this region integrates information from our bodies. Okay, like any kind of bodily sensations, even it processes and integrates our emotions. Okay, um, and it plays a very crucial role in self-awareness and emotional processing, how we are processing emotions of ourselves, also how we are processing emotions of other people as well. Okay, and that actually is talked in a subject called emotional intelligence. I don't know whether you have read a book. There is a good book about emotional intelligence, and it was written by Daniel Goleman. Okay, so if you are interested about this emotional intelligence topic, you can read that book. The name of the book is itself Emotional Intelligence, and how we can manage our emotions, and how, yes, yes, Liz, Daniel Goleman, yes. So how we can manage our emotions, and how we can interpret someone else's emotions as well, because in this world we are always exchanging our emotions as currency. And this is why it has been found, another research, that mindfulness also leads to better relationship. Not only the better relationship among spouses, partners, but even better relationship with family members, siblings, friends, colleagues, neighbors, and even strangers. So I will discuss that later on, the effects of mindfulness on our relationship. Maybe that is the topic of the entire session. Yes. So studies showed that the increased activity in this insular region during mindfulness meditation, and sometimes what happened when those research was conducted, uh, the a person who was meditating or who was practicing mindfulness, and the doctors and the scientists sticked all those sensors on his brain, and while having mindfulness meditation they had all these readings, they had all these scans, and they had all these uh, findings. So it has found that this heightened or the increased activity in the insula region during mindfulness meditation, uh, and this increased activity or this heightened awareness of bodily sensation and emotion can help us regulate them more effective manner. So when we are having any kind of bodily sensation, even pain is a bodily sensation, or any kind of emotional uh, or feelings or thoughts, and it helps us regulate them in effectively. And another research showed that mindfulness also uh, boost the connection between insula and other brain region involved in emotion processing, such as amygdala, and another part is known as anterior cingulate cortex or ACC, and which leads to better emotion management. Okay. Next is increased brain connectivity. Okay, there was one research which showed that the brain regions are activated during mindfulness meditation. A crucial aspect um, shows that how these regions communicate with each other. And this scientific study or the research showed that the mindfulness practice can enhance connectivity between brain networks involved in attention, in emotion regulation, and self-awareness. And this improved communication or this smooth communication between different regions of the brain can lead to more integrated and efficient brain functioning. So this is another study which was focused on brain activity. So they have taken MRI, those MRI plates, and they have found that different parts of the brain was glowing, illumined when they were practicing mindfulness. And this is how they have found all these findings, all these facts. Uh, Now, the research on mindfulness and the brain is still going on. It's still evolving. And every day some new research is coming. We are going to know some, more findings, and it needs more investigation. The good thing is some big university like Harvard or like MIT and some other institutes, they are actually doing more research on mindfulness and how positively it impacts our brain. Sometimes uh, there are differences uh, and mindfulness techniques and how like consistently a person uh, is doing mindfulness, and that may influence the extent of brain changes, because the first two findings that I told you, those findings or those research was conducted to people who have practiced mindfulness for at least 1 year. And even if you Google, there was a study which was conducted by uh, including some Buddhist monks, because Buddhist monks have been practicing mindfulness for a decade. It is one of their practice, and it has come from the practice called Anapanasati. Sometimes we also practice another thing called Vipassana. So they have been trained in mindfulness for long time, and some research was conducted, including those monks as well. Okay, and like there was one full session about mindfulness and neuroplasticity. So mindfulness can also impact brain plasticity and the brain's ability to adapt and change throughout life. Okay, so and this research or this it is a very evolving field. It has not stopped, and probably in future we will see more and more research report. And this is one of my uh, passion to share those research reports with you, so that you can have some faith in mindfulness in a more rational and in a more scientific manner, and then we can devote more time about cultivating mindfulness. And when it comes to mindfulness, we need to find out which kind of mindfulness resonates with us. And mindfulness is a multifaceted practice. If you ask me which kind of mindfulness impacts our brain in a most intense manner, or which kind of mindfulness affects our brain most, uh, I do not have any answer, because there are different kind of mindfulness, and combining which we can get the best result. Suppose, for example, uh, the normal breathing mindfulness works wonderful with body scanning mindfulness. Okay, so if you combine this breathing mindfulness and body scanning mindfulness, it gives a wonderful impact on our brain. Similarly, five senses mindfulness, walking mindfulness, loving kindness mindfulness, or you know uh, there is another kind of mindfulness, like which we call seeing mindfulness, like keeping our eyes open. Listening mindfulness, because mindfulness we can integrate with any activity that we are doing throughout the day. So we need to find out which kind of mindfulness resonates with us, so that we can cultivate that kind of mindfulness often in everyday life, and this is how we are going to get the best result. Like in the earlier session, I told you that when we are playing with our pets, that is also a kind of mindfulness. Okay, so when we are playing with pets, it involves body movement, so it's also a kind of mindfulness. uh, and we just need to find out what is working for ourselves, and if we keep on doing, today or tomorrow we will see the result. So I know today's session was a little bit technical session, but I just tried to give you all the details in a more simplified manner. Later on, one day, I can bring a diagram, or at least say there is a place where the brain is depicted in more 3D objects. So, I can explain you some more things, like how the mindfulness effects. But again, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, or I'm not a neuroscientist. All the things I have learned by doctors when I was in a mental hospital. I've spent there for 3.5 months, and by reading different kind of books, I keep on reading. Like every day, I'm reading different research report, different neuroscience, and also I have some very good bonding with doctors, and I discuss with them as well. And this is how I shared all this information with you. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me, and I will try to help you out. Also, I'm going to give you one link. You can check this link later on, and you can find out all the research, most of the research which I talked about. You will find this in this particular article. Okay, I think it's from Harvard Business Review, probably. Yeah, it's from Harvard Business Review. So I have sent you the research report. Now, if you have any question, uh, or if you want to share any uh, your experience, you're welcome, because I would also love to learn from you as well. Any question? Yeah, sure, Pratalinka, please. Wow, that was wonderful, Pratalinka. You have summarized in a wonderful way, so I'm just reading it out. So mindfulness suppresses an overactive amygdala, enhances the function of the hippocampus, and overall improves the function that are analogous to RAM and CPU in the prefrontal cortex, like for memory, the recall speed, and decision making. On top of that, the synthesis and integration of sensory and emotional information is improved in the insula and ACC. And overall interconnectivity between brain regions is, oh, wonderful. I'm going to copy and paste it, and I will I will share it in our Ideal Mindfulness Discord channel. So I'm going to save it in the note card right now. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Anyone else have any question? I'm just trying, Brotlinka. I wish I could help you more, help all of you more. So I'm just trying, and I'm just trying to, share in a more fun-loving and jovial manner, so that um, because I myself do not like a very boring lecture. I used to bunk a lot of classes in my college, and I try to make it more entertaining and fun, so that we all can remember and use in our daily life. Okay. Anyone else has any question, or wanted to share your experience? Let me know if anyone is using voice, then I need to increase the volume a bit. Okay, I think no one has any question. So uh, today we can close the session here, and next Monday again uh, we shall come and we will discuss on another topic. And I think I have shared my YouTube channel where I post all the recorded session. I'm going to share it once again, so you can just check it sometimes to have all the session, because one session I have it here, and sometimes last 2 3 weeks I was very busy. I could not take one session in my sim. I have a small place for mindfulness, so for last 2 weeks I had session here only in this inspiration island. So you can check the channel, and there I will keep on uploading all the sessions which you can watch later on. Okay, thank you so much everyone for joining. Bye for now, take care, have a great week, and next Monday we shall be here and we will discuss something new. Okay, bye. Yeah. Glad you liked it, Pratika. Bye for now. Yeah.